Bread is something that everybody just seems to love. You can toast it after, a day or two, spread some butter on top. I'm actually gonna make some butter right now. I'm gonna make a cinnamon and espresso butter. And this is something you can do ahead of time, just get it out of the way. Unsalted butter, some confectioner's sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, and some espresso powder. Instant espresso, so that it dissolves really easily. You want to use room temperature butter here, so it's easy to actually mix all these ingredients together. So make sure you incorporate it all. Give it a taste. I want to make sure there's enough cinnamon. Ooh, espresso too, I can taste it. So I'm going to leave this out room temperature because I want it to be very spreadable when I want to use it. Let's get to our espresso chocolate chip banana bread. So I have some brown butter. This is 5 tablespoons of brown butter. So it's gonna have that nice nutty flavor. And I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of instant espresso to it. We're just gonna let the espresso powder dissolve into the brown butter. This is gonna actually go into our batter. So I'm gonna start with the dry ingredients first. 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then a little bit of baking soda, about a teaspoon. Some salt. And I'm gonna whisk this very well so it all gets distributed nice and evenly. So those are our dry ingredients. Now we're gonna move on to our wet ingredients. We already have our melted brown butter with our espresso powder. I'm gonna take 4 bananas that are over-ripened. This is a great thing to make when you have bananas that have just sort of, gone the distance, so to speak, right? It's nice to have those recipes that you can utilize things that are sort of past its prime. I'm gonna mash this up a little bit. The bananas should be really ripe because you're gonna have a great flavor. I mean, they're gonna be nice and sweet. And also, from a consistency standpoint, they puree really nicely and they incorporate all through the bread. So 1/2 cup of sugar. We need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then we're gonna pour our brown butter with our espresso right over it. I'm gonna whisk this all together. Smells good. Actually, the brown butter and the espresso get that sort of nice, earthy, nutty flavor going, and then, it hits the sweetness of the bananas. It's great. That's why banana bread smells so good when it's baking. All right, we need 1 egg, just lightly beaten. Don't be intimidated by this recipe for the banana bread. It's really worth it. Just go to cookingchanneltv.com, go to the brunch page, and get the recipe. That's what I do. Okay, I'm gonna mix our dry into our wet ingredients, and our batter's basically finished. The closest my mother made to this was cinnamon toast, because we have that cinnamon butter that we're making. But my mother's, she's not like a big baker. Hence, neither is her son. Okay, so you can stop here and just bake this away, but oh no, we need to add one more ingredient. Some semi-sweet chocolate, just chopped up, folded in, and we bake it off. I want it to be semi-sweet because milk chocolate would be too light and too sweet for this. We already have a lot of sweetness in here with the brown sugar, the white sugar, even the bananas themselves are nice and sweet. You could use chocolate chips that you could buy, or you can just chop up some chocolate and fold it in. The batter's done, and I'm just gonna brush the inside of our loaf pan with some butter. I can actually smell the espresso in here. This brunch is all about utilizing coffee or espresso in our dishes, not just, in the cup. All right, 350 degrees for 45 minutes. Okay, we're gonna let that bake. And while that's happening, I'm gonna grab another banana, not for our banana bread, but for our spiced mocha lassi. When we come back, we're gonna finish the lassi, gonna get the banana bread out of the oven. I might just spend the entire rest of the show eating this banana bread because it's gonna smell so good and taste great too.